Hi, everybody. I really wanted to come and talk to you guys today. My name is Miss Platt, and I was the coach this past year for Santa Fe Junior High and Santa Fe High School Robotics. And I am looking to be the coach again next year to help you guys out. We did have one team that actually went to competitions this year. Even though we had some real limitations with time, we didn't start when other schools started because we just got our equipment and everything this year. So we didn't really start until the beginning of October, and then we had a couple of stops along the way that set us back. But we did go to two competitions, and we did score in better than the top 50% of our region. We only competed in skills competitions this year, which is driving skills and programming skills. We were not able to compete in any teamwork championships because by the time we had a robot that was built in February, all of the teamwork championship competitions had been canceled. So again, my name is Miss Platt, and if you would like to contact me after this presentation is over, my email address is kayla.platt@sfisd.org. Our meeting days and times are somewhat flexible. I try to schedule them around the other organizations and the other extracurriculars that my students participate in. So it really depends on who joins robotics and what all they have going on. I try to do them around their schedules. So this past year, our meeting time started on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 7:30, but we might modify those times based on everyone's schedules. We will be starting at the very beginning of August, so that would be before school starts. So we get kind of a jump on putting our engineering notebook together because we need to start documenting the engineering process before we even start building a robot. We are looking at having about 4 teams this year with about 5 to 6 members for each team. There are several roles for members on a team. We need builders, we need programmers, we need folks that are dedicated just to putting the engineering notebook together. We need drivers, and then we need a couple of folks that are dedicated just to doing the STEM project. We do compete, so we do go to at least 3 to 4 competitions. The competitions are on Saturdays, and if we qualify, we would go to state championship in February, and then we would go to the world championship, which is in the middle of April. This year it was a little bit later, and it's toward the end of May this year. But next year we hopefully won't be dealing with all of the COVID protocols and delays. So we did have high school robotics students that helped to run the junior high competitions. They get volunteer hours for that. We also had Santa Fe robotics that were present for the Christmas parade, and they got to ride a float. We had a robotics Christmas party. We will also have an end of the year Christmas party with an award ceremony as well. I'm hoping next year to have possibly a banquet, and we would like to give out a few scholarships. There are also scholarships available through the REC Foundation, so there are scholarships available just for participating in robotics. This was the competition that we did in March. Bailey was our driver that day, and she did driving skills and programming skills. And I'll have a little short video clip of that for you in just a second. Wanted to show you what the game was all about this year. The game next year will be different, but the game this year was called Change Up. And here's a short video of what we were looking at for this year.
Welcome to the world's greatest 2 minutes in robotics. The 2020-2021 game, Vex Robotics Competition, Change Up.
Change Up is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by 2 alliances, 1 red and 1 blue, made up of 2 teams each.
The object of the game is to get more points than the other alliance by scoring balls in goals and by connecting rows.
The VRC Change Up field contains 32 balls, 16 red and 16 blue. Each robot starts the match with one of their corresponding balls as a preload. In addition, there are 9 goals located around the field where balls can be scored.
Balls are 6.3 inches in diameter and are worth 1 point for the corresponding alliance color when scored in a goal.
An alliance can take ownership of a goal by having the top scored ball in the goal. If an alliance has 3 owned goals in a row, they will receive a bonus of 6 points for connecting the row. But watch out!
During the driver control period, robots can remove balls from any goal at any time. This means that even if a goal looks full, an opponent could descore one of your balls, open a spot for a ball of their own, and interrupt a connected row. No scored balls or connected rows are safe. Each match begins with a 15-second autonomous period where robots score on their side of the field without help from their drivers. The alliance that scores more points in the autonomous period is awarded with a 6-point bonus added to the final score at the end of the match. This year, each alliance also has the opportunity to earn an additional win point in the autonomous period by completing their home row. The home row is the row of goals closest to their own alliance station.
The 1 minute, 45-second driver control period begins once the autonomous bonus winner has been determined. At the end of the driver control period, after all objects and robots have come to rest, the match will be scored to determine the winning alliance. Remember, VRC games are not scored until the driver control period has ended.
Official rules and game information for Vex Robotics Competition Change-Up can be found at roboticseducation.org or vexrobotics.com.
To register a team, find events near you, or ask a question on the official Q&A, please visit robotevents.com.
Okay, so if a team qualifies after state championship, they would go to Vex Worlds. So we had 1 team that qualified and 3 that likely would have qualified if Vex Worlds hadn't been canceled for last year. So it's very likely we would have had 4 teams going last year. This year we have 3 teams going to World Championship and would have had 1 more team, but they didn't find out until very late and had not practiced the new live remote setup. So they opted not to go.
For us, the build-up has been so long. And I think it was a little bit surreal when we were on the plane. We understood where we were going. But I don't think it hit us until we actually drove up to the building and saw the banners. I was speechless.
I just looked around and the first thing I thought was, wow, I'm here. This is everything I've dreamed it would be.
It was amazing. Like we felt that it's a different world. It's not like Tunisia. It's not like the other competitions.
Being here at the Vex Robotics World Championship, it gives me chills. Across the year, teams are competing in local, state, regional, and national tournaments in an attempt to qualify for the World Championship. This is only a few-day event, but for these students, it is the most important few days of their young lives.
It's like traveling the world without actually going there. I actually started pinching myself.
Some of the most memorable teams that I met come from the attire they wear or how they talk to us.
I think the culture here is really accepting and really diverse.
We had an alliance with China, and the students there can't really speak English. But we use this thing called a strategy board to show tactics.
It's really a lot about collaboration and communication.
Vex is robotics problem solving, where you bring your skill set together as a team to cooperate and still compete.
You can learn loads of different skills from teamwork to leadership.
It's less about just the coding. It's more like, oh, there's a problem in front of you. Wouldn't it be fun to just fix it?
When you're down in the pits and you're driving, most of the time he's really stressed out, so I always try to calm him down. We'll be in the middle of the match, and I'll just say, take a deep breath.
What we are trying to bring out in our students is the ability to be job ready. Whether it's Vex or anything else, the work is the same. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
For new students, I just say give it a go. I was a bit anxious to get involved, not knowing, exactly what I was doing. It's a learning process.
You never know what you're going to be good at
until you try it.
Now most of my students are saying, I want to become a mechanical engineer, an electrical engineer, biomedical engineer, and it just makes my heart happy. Like they own this. This is meaningful and relevant to them at this point in their lives. I see myself at 80 years old, still coaching robotics.
Okay, so I also wanted to show you the competition that we did that was a virtual competition. We recorded the driving skills and programming skills, and Bailey was actually driving, and she also did the programming for the robot. And this is the driving skills portion. Since we had limited time, she built her robot to specifically drive for skills, to eliminate the blue from the scoring zones and to try to put as many red as time would allow. Each time you disrupt a row, there's an additional 6 points. So Bailey's team, Bailey, Gage Gagne, and Stefano, their team name was the Scavengers, and their robot's name was Trash Pile. And here are the programming skills. This is one run. She actually scored a lot higher in a run in another competition.
Okay.
So we went ahead and ended early. And if you score the same as another team and you've ended early, you get additional points for that as well. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about what you would see next year and tell you that I'm excited to invite you onto the team if you'd like to be a part of it. Just send me an email at kayla.platt@sfised.org and let me know if you want more information. Thanks so much, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys today.